it actually is interesting that the two facts put together. Oh, and we're off, actually. There we go.
Oh, very nice.
No, but what you said, it is interesting that he does not consider himself a speedrunner, and he doesn't want to find boots, because speedrunning this game has... You get the boots fairly early in a normal, no major glitches run, and you have a lot of strategies with the boots, so if you're not considering yourself a speedrunner, not having the boots might actually be an advantage.
Very true.
Because you're more dependent on routing than execution without the boots. And maybe. I'm stretching it a little bit. Let's stretch it as far as we can. So we're getting 3 bombs there initially, which is going to be great, because that means you don't... Unless you get 10 more bombs, then you're guaranteed bombs for that. One hole in the wall is going to be later in Escape, where there are 3 chests. And there we go, there are the 10 bombs, as predicted.
Oh, no! Now, granted, in most randomizer logic in this game, it does expect you right off the bat, or at least this was the case in open mode, that you should have up to 12 bombs at all times.
No, the sword, why?
What?
Again, this is just like, this is the same chest Christos and Ben found the hammer in. Where like, you get the 10 bombs, it's so exciting, and then like, oh, okay, we're not gonna use bombs now, we're just gonna use the sword.
Obligatory. Is this even randomized?
When I play in no major glitches, I get 10 bombs from that chest. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, of course. The sword is so close to where it's supposed to be. And yet, it's not where we want it supposed to be. But, oh, that's actually a damage boost from Makinx there. It looks like he just... Well, it might have been random, but it is actually good for his speed, although very, very tiny.
Yeah, every little bit will count by the end of the round. Or the end of the round.
So just a piece of heart here in the first chest in the basement. Dealing with that guard fairly easily. A lot more easy than if they had bombs. I'll try and not stay salty on that for too long, sorry. Now, actually, the movement that Makinx is doing right here, you have to go a little bit up there to make sure to manipulate that green guard so you don't just hit him. If you just go the shortest route to him, then he's not going to be in a favorable position. Things I learned from trying to do a no major glitches on this game. Ooh, another 8 bomb drop. What is this?
Wow. What is this, a Dark Magician Seed? Or not a Dark Magician Seed. Oh, jeez, I forgot that joke already. Wow, I am rusty on my memory.
Oh, and actually, getting the 50 rupees, while it doesn't look that great right now, it's not that bad, because getting some early money in Randomizer is always very nice.
Absolutely. It definitely covers things such as the bottle vendor. It covers part of, say... Now, I was also going to say Zora, but as we all know, Zora is usually a scam. I was also going to say Kiki the monkey, everyone's favorite extortionist and worst delivery service. But I expect you going immediately into Dark World is very uncommon.
Indeed. Now, Makinx? I can't. I'm just gonna call him Mac. So Mac, he killed that cell guard, whatever we're gonna call him, in such a way that he died exactly as dropping the key on the keyhole, basically, which is an incredibly efficient way of killing him. So that was actually kind of cool to see.
Very nice.
Yeah, SuperJoshh is already in like Ganon's tower mode, where he's just dropping random bombs because he has too many. So, yeah. Welcome to this seed, everyone.
It sure seems like it's going to... Well, it sure is. Let's put it that way.
Alright, so we do have someone tracking, because the sword has been marked off. So that's good. So hopefully we've got that going now. So... At the end of that sequence, we have Mac just slightly ahead of Josh. Doesn't really matter too much at this point, and Josh doing the smart thing, just making sure he stays alive. And we're gonna head through Escape and see what's in the 4 chests we can find there. Alright. So yeah, that's basically it. So far we haven't really found much in way of progression, except for the sword, which is necessary to beat the game. And when you go through the escape sequence, it's usually nice to... Because it's a fairly easy sequence to go through at this stage, so it's quite nice for the runners to just think about where they want to go after this, depending a little bit on what they find in these chests. I'm going to see the first one right now. which is just a piece of heart.
No.
It's quite nice, but it's not progression, of course.
Indeed. I always get disappointed when I see a piece of heart in a chest.
Oh, it's actually a full heart. I was misspoken. A full heart container, which is better than a piece of heart.
Yes, sorry. That moment I looked away for just 1 second, and suddenly, oops, I realized I was wrong.
Well, I tricked you, basically. That's what happened.
Fair enough.
That's how I roll. Oh, I'm just kidding. So Mac is gonna be first to open up this hallway, and we're gonna see what these 3 chests contain. Ooh, the moon pearl.
Oh, that is very nice.
So that, I was gonna say that probably means Agahnim isn't required, but that's not certain really, so we'll see.
Yeah, this just means you can access Dark World.
Yep. But if they don't find the hammer, gloves, mitts, stuff like that, then they will have to do Aga, and maybe, you know, something like that is on the pyramid or something. It's always so eerie when you find the cape early on.
That is very true. Oh, and in the sanctuary, we have the lamp.
So technically, they've been having the lamp forever then, because you technically have the lamp in Escape, so they never not had the lamp.
I mean,
Sorry.
that is true. That is technically true, but I literally just saw in Sanctuary we grabbed the lamp, which is great for when you're in Dark World or in anything that requires darkness, such as, you know, Light World, going to see the old man, or in various Dark Worlds dungeons such as Pod, Misery Mire, etc. But I imagine both of these runners are rather capable in their Dark Room strats, or at least I assume Makinx is. I'm not sure about SuperJoshh yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, I completely forgot that you can pull that tree. I need to actually start doing that more often.
Absolutely. It's super convenient, as you just saw, especially when you can grab 20 rupees out of it, or in some cases bombs, or a full magic.
Yeah, like, I did it when I first started playing Randomizer, and then I just forgot about it at some point. I don't know how that happened. Okay, what's in that cave? I didn't see the last... That looks like a heart piece?
It's a piece of heart, yep.
Yeah. Piece of heart. Or a heist, like Big John would say. He's actually gonna take 20 rupees.
It's an interesting call to take the 20 rupees there, but he's probably assuming that he's going to need it for something later. Maybe Zora, maybe some bombs. We don't know yet. Although, why would he when he has... Oh, we have the glove. Never mind.
Alright, just hammer or mitts away from Dark World access, actually.
You are correct.
That's insane.
This is going to be very interesting to see.
So another tree pool here? Yeah, we know what that is, but that is nice because this is gonna put them way up on quite a lot of money. You can buy some more bombs if you need. You can definitely afford the 100 for the bottle vendor and also Kiki.
And that just means there's more for Kiki or the Zora.
Indeed. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Kakariko gives us. We've already found a lot of items, so I'm gonna guess it's not as stacked as it could have been, but it's hard to say. Kakariko usually is full of surprises.
That is very true.
So how long have you been playing Randomizer, Glenn?
Roughly about... Oh, wait. Nope, just a heart piece. 300
more money.
And even more money. Well, if we needed to go to Zora, we'd be all set. Me personally, it's been since a little before the fall tournament.
Alright. So, yeah, almost a year then, huh?
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Certainly a lot of money, which does make sense considering, you know, Blind was a thief. Also, some of those red rupees are technically quote-unquote vanilla. Once again, is this even randomized? Yeah.
Straight into the lore there, I like it.
Thank you. Meanwhile, we got the single green rupee.
Forget that's Blind's house, technically.
Oh, we are having a mediocrely healthy seed with all these heart pieces. Oh, we got 10 arrows. We got an arrow upgrade, and... Oh, I was hoping for the bow. That would have been delightful at that point.
So in the two, like, I would say stacked areas in Kakariko, we basically got nothing in terms of... No, we didn't get anything in terms of progression, and we got very little in terms of anything else, except for just a lot of money and a little bit of health.
And a heart container. And now we're entering Christos's hut. He's not there. He's currently searching for a bow, according to the old lady that stands in front of the house, also known as the chicken hut. And inside the chicken hut, it's another red rupee. Wow, we are getting some... This is becoming a 1% seed right now. all the wealth is being distributed right into Link's pocket.
Yes. So yeah, Link is out there creating jobs.
Take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. We have the book. We have literacy.
This is interesting though, because that means that Agahnim's cave might be checked a little bit earlier than it usually happens in seeds, since going to desert now has a little bit more merit to it.
Absolutely. It also means we can full clear Desert Palace, with the exception of if we need the boots for what is ever on the torch. Because
Indeed.
if we are rather boot locked, then we're a little bit at a standstill.
So Mac is gonna check first. He's not gonna blind go for it. See what SuperJoshh does. It's kind of, I feel it's kind of like 50-50 between runners if they blind go for this or if they check it first. So yeah, so Super's gonna, like I said, 50-50. Now, what do you like to do here? Do you like to check it first, or do you want to just book it?
I always check, because if I waste the time, I immediately panic.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like you have a healthy relationship with Randomizer.
Oh, yeah, totally. Meanwhile, we're going into the dam, and we're going to be finding out what's in the chest right here. Turns out it's another heart piece.
There's a lot of love in this seed. A lot of love and a lot of money. This is basically
we'd have a full
20s.
pizza with all these pizza hearts.
Oh, wow. Indeed. Oh, I just realized the other day that when you're pulling this lever, if you have the boots, you can start running back as you're pulling the red lever, which is so cool.
Oh, it's lovely. If you've ever watched Andy Speed run this, he likes to try to make it frame perfect so we can dash in and dash back. Oh, it's a 10 arrow bundle.
It's been a lot of arrows this seed, and Mac has picked up a whole lot more than Josh somehow. I'm not really sure how that happened, but doesn't matter too much. So we're gonna have a check in. We're gonna call this for. Well, it's Moldarm Cape. It's like mini Hive Cape for me because I usually haven't found anything by this time. So I'm hoping for something else.
This particular logic seems to have a lot of awesome items in here, more times than not. However, we can't really guarantee it's much akin to version 16 or was it 18's Hype Cave.
I've only played for like 3 months, so I'm not too familiar with the older versions.
Oh, we got a Master Sword.
Very nice.
Bomb upgrade, hooray. Oh my gosh, silver arrows.
So, Lamp and Silvers, they're not gonna have to do anything professional here. They're just gonna good old, we don't have to be fancy.
It's gonna be a good old easy mode. Well, depending on where they find the bow.
Yeah, true. Well, they will find the bow before going into Ganon, at least. They have to.
Also, unless I'm not mistaken, we have yet to see a map check.
That is true. We have not seen that.
Which means, technically, we could expect, maybe, and now I say this maybe with a very, very big heads up on this being a stretch. What if Desert Palace wasn't required to open Ganon's tower and Big Key was on the torch? So you had to double dip Ganon's tower.
Oh, that's always fun.
Oh.
Another thing pointed out in chat is that yes, they have the lamp, yes, they have the Master Sword. This smells of something that the runners may not like, but we'll see.
That is true. It does have that hint.
Oh, I think Max gonna fake. Oh, sorry, I was interrupting you.
No, by all means. No, go ahead.
It looks like Mac is gonna fake Flipper actually, which is surprising, but interesting because usually you just save and quit from Ice Cave.
You could, however, in this case, it'd be quicker to just fake Flipper directly from walking down there and see what we have over not only on Hylia Island, which is, the Titan's Mitts. That is a big deal. And now we're going to see what's underneath the bridge, and is the troll going to make you pay the toll?
So that means that the mirror can't be too far into the seed, because you need the mirror to get those mitts. And it also means that mitts cannot be your Dark World item, it has to be Hammer or Aga. So that's even another indication of potential Aga seed.
Ooh, another big 20. This is looking not too good for people that don't want to see an Agahnim. SuperJoshh foregoing Lake Hylia Island and the bridge, not going to know that they have the Titan's mitts on that island going straight towards Zora.
He may go back and check later, though. And they were both executing that fake flipper perfectly, by the way, which was impressive to watch. I usually take a couple of tries before I can get it.
We got a bomb refill, that's for sure. And now we are walking on water.
Hallelujah for the moon pearl. So let's see what's on the ledge here. Oh,
he walked directly onto the land, no longer being able to walk on the deep water.
I didn't know it worked that way.
It does. Basically, it tries to detect when you enter an area like that, whether you have the moon pearl or flippers, and it automatically assumes if you have the moon pearl that you have the flippers for reasons.
So, what would Mac need to do to lose his fake flippers right now?
He would either have to A, get hit, which makes him stuck on any part of the water, or B, touch any of the tiles that are land.
Oh, okay, so you just can't touch land.
Oh,
alright, I get it.
Interesting.
Oh,
we
nice.
have blue tunic. We actually have something useful from King Zora.
Wow, Mac just caught up to SuperJoshh, who has not checked the island or the hobo.
Yeah, so
nice.
So in the case of knowledge, Makin has a slight advantage, but we're going to be finding out what else Josh is going to be doing at this moment.
I think he's going to desert, seeing has the book. He's going to probably check Agahnim and see.
That was a map check. That was Palace Crystal.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You got the map check.
No,
nice.
by all means. Crystal over at desert. Crystal, red crystal, specifically at Tower of Hera. I missed desert though.
It's marked off as all crystals in the trackers, so that's what it seems to be.
Excellent.
Now, SuperJoshh got hit by guard right as he was transitioning screen into the water, so he got a random fake flipper, and I thought it was funny because that's usually something you intend to do, not just randomly happen. So we're gonna see what's back of Sharla Harshalash hut, or what is? Yeah, I guess it's called a hut.
The old man's garage had pretty much nothing. Thanks, Hasarala. We appreciate you when you have something good for us in your garage.
So Agahnim has the boomerang, which is nice, but
yeah, it's minor relevance. You can at least check your stun prize.
I really think this is going to be Agahnim. They even checked Zora, and it had something nice, but again, not progression. So it has to be in
this
desert. Yeah, desert or eastern has to have progression, or it's straight to the tower. There's nothing else that I can think of. No, they have they can go to the mountain.
Oh.
They have the lamp and they have the gloves.
Desert Ledge had red tunic.
Oh, nice. That's nice to get that early.
We are going to be seeing a very tanky seed if that's the case. Plenty of defense and health. Not so much everything else.
The reason a red tunic protects you from damage is that the enemies in Zelda games are afraid of the color red because it has the wavelength of. No, I have no idea. I'm just making stuff up. Sorry. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So, just a piece of heart.
Piece of heart desert. Actually missed the first item coming from Makinx, but I also assumed since we didn't see anything change on the tracker, it wasn't anything of importance. And we have the big key in the place you normally get the compass.
We're also gonna assume it was bootlocked. Actually, we didn't see him going into the room if it was bootlocked. I guess it has to be when he. Yeah, it has to be bootlocked when you check that. Yeah, that makes sense because he would have to find a small key or the big key for it not to be bootlocked. Yeah.
And right you are.
So you didn't have to check it.
That Eastern Palace was actually the play, and the book was there to debate.
Yes. That's how you pronounce that word. All right. I always pronounce it as jailbait, which sounds weird.
Oh gosh, no. We have a fetch quest coming from Makinx's side.
Oh, even more stuff that could potentially prevent them from going to Aga.
Absolutely. Oh, another piece of heart. That is 2 of 3 items.
Apparently I've been reading that word wrong my whole life.
Ice Palace has green pendant. Well, that's a decent sign. And you have been pronouncing that very wrong, my friend.
Yes, I realized the moment I said that I maybe should not have said that out loud, but it's too late now. I'm sorry, guys.
Shoutouts to our PG audience.
Yeah, it's just an innocent mistake, guys. It's nothing. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Not intended to be anything else. So what's gonna see Mac is gonna do a little trick here where he takes some damage and well he has a lot of hearts to work with here.
Yep,
So, okay.
fortunately.
First try.
Yeah, first try indeed. And we got the compass. That means in the back of the palace, the Armless Knights have the last item, which really gives them, you know, maybe, just maybe, the hope of that mushroom having something for them that'll make sure that they don't have to go to Dark World. We know it's not the gloves. It can only be hammer. It can only be mirror. Either of those. Actually, you know, it can only be hammer at this point to get them Dark World access, because you need mirror to give you Dark World access, or to give you Light World access from the Dark World to get the gloves. So yeah, it's only hammer. This is an Agahnim.
Yeah. Now,
Makinx finally making his way to the Desert Palace in the reverse order of SuperJoshh.
one of them did not check the island. I'm trying to remember which one it was. At this point, but I'm curious to see if one of them is going to do that before going to Aga or not. Or if they're just gonna, like, it's auto logic, of course, and you can't even take the item there. But it's important information. Yeah, it was Josh who didn't check. Oh, yeah, thank you. We have a friendly tracker whispering in my ear to help me. Oh, SuperJoshh unfortunately messed up the skeleton room a little bit there, so he's gonna have to fight them instead of cheating his way around there.
Unfortunate, but still fortunately minor.
Yeah, and he finished it fairly quickly. So, Josh finding the mushroom here, he might just go to, after he's done with the Eastern, he might go to the Witch's Hut and see what's there.
Not a bad call, especially if you want to avoid going to Aga directly in the event that it does have the hammer.
Oh, and Josh never...
optimistic at best, but...
Yeah, and Josh actually never picked up that red tunic. So he's just gonna say, you know what? I have the blue. I have a lot of hearts. I'm gonna be fine. I'm not gonna spend extra time with that. I'll have to...
Interesting. Did I just miss Josh picking up the mushroom, or is it just not tracked?
It's not tracked. They have both picked up the mushroom. I'm fairly certain. Yeah.
Just want to double check, because that would have been one heck of a turn of events.
Yeah.
And Makinx going to find out that their last hope is indeed behind a single mushroom and a witch.
Oh, Mach might get the tunic. He's at least gonna check the torch, which should have one of the keys, logically. And it does, big key, yeah. If it didn't, I would have been like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. How is this even completable?
It wouldn't have. Meanwhile, SuperJoshh, saving and quitting, immediately heading over to what appears to be Death Mountain. They do have access to it. In the logic, they have everything required, which is technically the gloves and the lamp.
Indeed. There's only 2 items they can pick up, and a 3rd they can check. Unless they find, like, the mirror or something up there.
That would be mighty convenient for them.
Would that even be randomized?
At this point, I'm not sure. No, but,
So what determines whether or not there is a little guy under that big, thing they pick up? Okay, that was a bad sentence. Oh, he's fake flippering. Oh, this is a cool way to go to the mountain.
That is actually a very
Isn't that the mountain you get through that one? No, he's checking the Witch's Hut. Sorry, the other... No, that's another portal that goes to the mountain. Sorry, I mixed them up.
No, it's okay. I was about to say, I think that goes to the witch. But nonetheless, it did indeed, and that is a quick way. And the other way you're thinking of is also very quick.
Oh, boots! That opens up more areas!
Wow.
Anything to not go to Aga, right?
Pretty much. This does indeed open up at least one bonk rock. This opens up the torch.
Oh, the bow!
Oh my goodness, the bow!
Now they can finish Eastern. Oh, this is so bad. So much double movement.
So much for this not being randomized. More like this is now secretly trolling everybody. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and the shovel.
The shovel. We have a double fetch quest. A double fetch quest. Oh no.
Only bombs on the spectacle rock though. So yeah. So Mac is probably going to turn in his mushroom now, and he's taking the long. No, what? Wait. Oh no, he got the bow. He's going to finish Eastern. Yeah. He has not turned in. No, he was the one turning in the mushroom. I'm sorry. He's just.
You are correct.
Oh, I'm mixing them up all the time here. Sorry.
No, it's okay. SuperJoshh grabs his shovel. He's going to double down on the fetch quest duty.
There is sadly no Whirlpool taking you to the shovel spot quickly, but it's pretty close to the house, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll start breathing. Sorry. I sometimes forget that. Wait, is he...
What? Breathing? What's that?
What is SuperJoshh doing? Oh, he has the boots!
We can actually continue to finish Desert Palace.
Wow.
So we're having a route divergence already, despite the fact that neither of them can really complete the either. Or the other. Wow, the either? Hello, Glenn.
That's fine. But yeah, he's checked again. I was like, why is he heading that way? But it was just a shortcut. Now this is interesting. That means that both of them are going to double dip Desert and Eastern. What a horrible thing to have to do. But it's luckily for them, it's small difference.
It was required too. That's the worst part.
I don't think Desert was required to double dip though.
Yes, because you require the boots.
Yes, but
oh wait, no, you're right. Desert.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got them mixed up.
But any sensible runner would totally do what they did and go to the desert once they have the book, when they have so few options. So most of them would double dip it, probably.
Makinx making his way quickly through the Dark Igor room. Josh bonking the torch to get the big key and going to continue finishing that off. We're going to be seeing two different crystals, so we're going to essentially have a little bit of knowledge on each, seeing which one was the easier play to take care of, as well as the wiser play.
Let's check the big chest here, just a small key, so that means he's gonna have to make his way over to the right side. It's gonna, forgetting that he actually has silvers this early, which is understandable.
Right? I also kind of forgot for that quick second. That's also gonna make this next part with Armos super quick work. Unfortunately for Josh, that would also make Landmolus super quick. Unfortunately, he has to still pick up the bow from the witch. Oh, he's going grabbing the red tunic, finally. And now we have Orange Link. Hope you like Fanta.
So they actually, I didn't even notice that until now. They both picked Link sprites that are both slightly off normal Link. If that even makes any sense.
Nope, I got you.
So, and I actually like the Link sprite because when you go for the Ice Palace Bomb Jump, there's a nice setup that is completely independent of what kind of sword you have, and it's more on using the height of the Link sprite itself, but it doesn't work that well for the other sprites, so.
That is fair.
So Mac is probably going to go to the mountain now, so they are, I think they're pretty much neck and neck, but they're just going different areas, so it's kind of hard to say who's actually ahead.
Yep. Much like any early game route divergence, we're going to see them come back to each other very quickly. It's just a matter of which way they go first.
Well, yeah, and having the lamp makes Desert completely completable. What great choice of words, Canva.
Good job indeed, but I at least got what you meant.
So, whatever advantage SuperJoshh had with having those boots, he's not going to have for too much longer as Mac is making up the mountain, going to pick up his own boots. And Josh is actually using the Master Sword to beat them. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the bow. That's right, the other guy found the bow. I'm mixing them up continuously, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Makin made his way through that cave with an old man to save so he can get his boots and run. But no. That's the only time I'm gonna make that joke. You are welcome for saving your ears, chat.
Alright. So he's gonna try and do the fast walk thing with... Okay, never mind, he just gave up. He did it, he tried once, and now he's like, nah, I'm not gonna try that again. Like, okay. It's always so swag to get it, though. So where was the bow again?
The bow was with the witch.
Oh yeah, SuperJoshh hasn't turned in his mushroom. That's right.
Nope. So that's going to be a little bit of a thing. Right now, that's one of his only two options. As we're finding out from Makinx, we're going to see the other item, which he might be inclined to check out right now, considering the other one had, you know, the bow.
Yeah, and SuperJoshh, I don't think he ever checked the shovel. He went straight to desert after finding those boots. So
and to be fair, he did pick up a key from Landmola, so he's going to complete the rest of this dungeon.
Yeah, he wasn't. So he has one item left to find. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh wait, but did Makinx forget to check that?
He hasn't finished.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. And both of them finding nothing. Now SuperJoshh has to check the next one out because it was one of the dungeon items. So.
Yep.
Doing an odd run there that I never seen before. Oh, tempered gets rewarded.
It's a sword upgrade, and he does not seem too pleased about that. Of course, in the long run, probably relieved that he doesn't have to do Master Sword Ganon. But when you're looking for something like the hammer, it's not exactly the happiest moment.
So he's going to the Bonk Rocks. He has Bonk Rocks, he has Shovel, and he has Mushroom. And once he finds the bow, he has the rest of Eastern. Okay, so Shovel is nothing.
Shovel turns up to be nothing but a dirty lie.
Someone buried some arrows down there, and they've stayed fresh ever since, which is incredible. So they have to be fairly freshly burrowed arrows.
Yep.
It sounded like I was trying to sell something there. Buy your fresh arrows here.
It's what we like to call hiding evidence.
Yes. I see what's happened here. I see what's happened. So if you find a victim with a bunch of arrows in their chests, you know where to look for the weapon or half of the weapon.
Yep, you got it. Did they check Aga? They did check the lumberjack cave, if that's what you mean, and that just had a heart piece.
So they're finding a surprising amount of items for still not having Dark World access. Let's just put it that way. Usually you don't have the bow before you go into the Dark World. And definitely not tempered.
And as we're seeing, there's no way Aga 1 is not required at this point. They have nothing else that either of them have not checked. So it is time for us to go and grab that Aga 1 requirement.
SuperJoshh still hasn't checked the shovel though, so he might just go shoveling before Aga, but he's really close to. Oh no, actually, he's not even gonna shovel. Oh,
did he not just? He just checked the witch, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to
Eastern. Oh yeah, of course. We just want him to go to Aga, and they're like, wait, we have stuff to do. Like, yeah, that's right, I forgot.
To be fair, many runners would rather avoid going through Aga once if they have the opportunity, and I really don't blame them. It does make the overworld a little more annoying. It does make it so you don't get the awesome music in Kakariko.
Yeah, especially the music part.
Oh, that's the important part. Anyone can dodge a couple of extra enemies or varied enemies, but we cannot stand dodging that music.
Now, I like what actually Mac almost. So what SuperJoshh did, he actually found the small key in desert in the big key, and since the big key is so far away from the right side, he just went straight for the boss because he only had one item left. And if the boss had that one item, he knew he could completely skip the right side. So it's actually really well played. And Mac almost went to the right side, and then he remembered he could do the exact same thing. And I would not have done that at all. I would have just gone straight for the right side and made myself look like a fool. So, very smart play. Unfortunately, though, Landmoas did not have an item, so they will have to get that tempered later. Or Mac will. But I like the logic. I like the way they're thinking.
Yeah, this does have a lot of good points to be made for their decisions.
Yeah. If there are tracker issues, it's probably not the tracker himself, but we are having some other issues, so just bear with us. Oh, taking some damage from that green annoying dude. I don't know the name of half of these enemies, so...
Those ones are named Igor, so it's Igor and Red Igor. Or at least if I remember that correctly. And then in the Dark World, they're known as Mimics.
I will of course believe you because I have no other choice.
Now knowing that, I should have called them a dog in a wheelchair. But in the meantime, Makinx gets the Desert Palace Crystal with nowhere else to turn. What's the next decision other than Aga 1?
Yes, and also having the... Well, he's gonna check right side of first, hopefully, and gets his tempered. And his red tunic. Oh no, he has his red tunic. No, and also since he had the silver arrows, that Lamoa's fight, or Lanmoa's fight, whatever it's called, was much nicer, yeah. So now it's... SuperJoshh still hasn't shoveled, I think. And so he needs to shovel and then go Aga. That's basically the only thing he has left.
Yep, he could end up making the gamble, which we would know as the right gamble, to avoid the shovel spot. But at the same time, would you really take that risk considering what you got from the mushroom?
Oh, no way. I would totally shovel first. If the hammer was like right there.
Oh,
like,
and there we go. We saw the selection, and Makinx not only Makinx not only went back, but also got the tempered sword, and SuperJoshh is going to the grove to check the shovel spot.
Oh, he was about to do a shovel dash, which is glorious, and unfortunately that guard stopped him.
The shovel dash is always an A+ mechanic. It's a useless, but also delightful mechanic.
Indeed, you can't even shovel dash to the shovel spot.
And there we go.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Now, is shovel dashing set up in such a way that you never get any items from it? It seems like you never do.
I don't believe you do.
Oh, that would have been so... Like, the shovel game... Can you imagine the shovel game with shovel dashing? Oh, that would be beautiful.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
See, that's one thing that kind of irks me about the game. Like, item dashing is such a cool mechanic, and unfortunately, it's just a glitch. So that they patched out after the Japanese. Like, it's such a cool thing just to have that should just stay in the game. You know what I mean?
Oh, I absolutely agree. But at the same time, as we've seen, it can make other sections a little broken, and they were always tempted to make stuff last as long as they could in such limited memory back then.
Well, I was talking about patched in terms of the real game, because item dashing works in the Japanese 1.0 version, and it was patched before it was released. Yeah, no, I was just talking to chat, saying that...
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, because they were talking about being that it was patched, that you could shovel dash items, but then it was patched from the randomizer. Which is also kind of... I don't know, I'm not gonna... The devs are great.
It's convenient and it's great, as well as the updates they did to Mothula, so you can actually hit them with the gold sword.
Oh yeah, that is important.
That is crucial.
Now, did they update it in such a way that the gold sword also deals more damage, or just tempered sword damage?
No, it does tempered sword damage, because Mothula was originally coded to only accept no more than tempered sword damage, which is the same amount of damage that you get from the fire rod. For some reason, much akin to the spikes, the moment it tries to go for a higher tier of damage, it ends up just negating it.
I see. Now, they're making a quick work of this mini gauntlet having so much equipment. I actually did a seed not too long ago where I had to climb the same gauntlet with very little equipment. I think we only had fighter sword, but I did have Quake. And Quake is great for the gauntlet because it turns all those tough enemies to kill into those little squishy things that you can easily kill.
Oh, that's actually super convenient strats. I didn't even realize that. Also, fun, interesting thing to see. So, SuperJoshh ended up shooting an arrow and it collided with the throwable spear.
Oh, wow. That is very rare. That's like...
Yeah, you don't see that very often, but it's always a treat to see.
That's like those dumb Western movies where you have someone shooting at you with a gun and then you shoot a bullet and the two bullets collide in midair.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Makinx ended up...
Don't try that at home, guys.
Yo, please don't. Oh, no. And we got the one guaranteed normal shot from Aga. Let's see how many blue balls Makinx is going to get this time. So far, 0.
Get your guesses out in chat, guys. 15? No, we can't be 15 anymore.
Oh, there's 1. So if you guessed 1, you're possibly right.
Oh, 7 from Pixella. You are not a nice person. Well, I said 15, so...
We got 6. We got the shot 5 obligatory lightning bolt.
So only 1 blue ball so far. 2.
Oh, there's 2. If you guessed 1, you're out of luck. If you guessed 0, well, oops.
If you guessed an irrational number, you're also out of luck. Right. Oh, only 2.
Looks like it was only 2. That's not bad.
Very nice. Oh, and they are not like they have the moon pearl, so they actually get their hearts back, which is nice.
Yes.
I hate that being bunny hair, and you have like 1 heart from the fight, and you just don't regain anything.
That is not fun.
Was that just a heart?
Yep, that was a heart container. Makinx is going for it.
That's understandable.
At this point, with that amount of hearts, I don't see why not. It'd be
It was
a
a heart
different story if
piece.
it was a heart piece.
Yeah. Oh wow, we're thinking the same thing here, Glenn. Just 1
of
second
course.
apart from each other.
We can account that for lag between continents.
Yes. A little bit of a commentator lag going on here.
In the meantime, SuperJoshh takes down Agahnim. Sorry.
That poor old man in the cave.
Being confused for an evil pig wizard. Hashtag spoilers. Anyway.
What?
Nutty.
Does he know who he seems to be?
First thing off the bat, Makinx and SuperJoshh going to check catfish. An interesting strategy.
Yeah,
Most people tend to avoid that first off.
Yeah, most going pod, but no pod here.
Oh,
And they
cool.
can. Oh, what? He's gonna save and quit.
Unfortunately, catfish sure did catfish him.
Oh, I was just trying to think, is he going to Hype Cave? But he can't go to Hype Cave, can he?
Yep, the only place he can technically go to is Palace of Darkness, which is not full clearable because he has no hammer.
Well, it's pretty close because of the bow, so that's nice. No, is it faster to go that way instead of just turning around from catfish?
Yes.
I had no idea.
I think it's only by a couple of seconds, but nonetheless, that is faster.
I've been doing it wrong my whole life. Actually, if you get the sword spin here, though, he's not even trying. Never mind.
Oh, you were thinking, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but it's hard to get, though. And if you get it, it's so narrow, so you're likely to fall down because you're moving so fast.
Yeah.
That's like, every time I get the sword, like, yeah, I finally got the sword spin, and then I try to move around, like, I can't go anywhere.
Yup, unfortunately with sword spin and with hookshot speed, you end up not having that little bit of buffer on the ledges, so you just instantly fall down. It's a little blessing and curse. Meanwhile, we ended up conversing through Hyrule's favorite extortionist and worst delivery service, Kiki the Monkey.
Indeed. Now, let's say we don't want them to find hammering here. That means they can finish it. We want them to find maybe like fire rod, something like that. Well, they can, I guess, hookshot so they can keep going. Hookshot or flippers?
Hookshot would be good. Flippers a little less than good, but still okay.
Well, we want them to suffer a little, so I think flippers is the appropriate amount of tiny progression that
I don't know. They have to go into here right off the bat after Aga because they have no other option, and they already cleared everything they could in the light world. I'd say that's at least decently trolly so far.
Yeah. Now, will flippers allow them to cross? No, flippers takes them the other way, maybe. I'm trying to think or do they need hookshot to cross to the other side?
Right now, they would need hookshot to cross to the other side of Death Mountain.
No, I mean to cross across the river by catfish, or not by catfish, but to get to the village outcast.
Oh yes, you would require hookshot at that point. That would be interesting to see. Having them immediately go through Thieves Town and Village of Outcast before getting the hammer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking that you could do that with just swim across with the flippers, but there's no way. Going out of the river is on the wrong side. Oh, there we go.
There's a plot twist. We can finally get the gold gloves.
Oh,
just kidding. Right. We don't have a hammer.
No, no, we don't have, and we don't have the flippers. Well, they could fake flipper.
Geez, you're right.
But it's out of logic.
Can they fake flipper that here? They can fake flipper that.
No, they can't.
Oh wait, they can't. There's no way they can access that part without.
Nope.
Oh, okay, this is interesting. Wonder what we're going to be getting next. Granted, Mirror does make quick work out of this area because you can skip half of the backtracking.
That's true. Mirror is very nice find here. So and taking intentional deaths with Red Mole is kind of takes forever.
Yeah, and that's an extra 10, 12 seconds? No, that's with a fairy. That has to be at least 6.
But Max said he wasn't a speedrunner. I'm just kidding.
No, he said he barely speed runs anything besides this and Super Metroid.
Okay.
Super Metroid randomizer, he does rarely.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, Red King.
Oh, And that's gotta be the meme only Phantom Ryu knows how to make funny.
So that doesn't really open up anything either, but it's a nice find. But it will open up stuff for later, though. Oh, actually,
Yeah,
Churro...
it's always...
No, never mind. Never mind.
Right now, it could mainly open up... Well, it can't open up anything.
No.
But it can help out when you have to navigate either Misery Mire or Turtle Rock, if either of them are required. The only one we know that is not necessarily required is Ice Palace.
Yeah, and the cane works, helps them a lot in Ice Palace. You don't have to do the bomb jump. But yeah.
We had a question in chat. Does it gotta be, or is it just is? The simple answer is they don't think it is. They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
I'm gonna pretend I know what you're talking about.
It's memery. Don't worry about it.
All right.
In the meantime, we get the map in the big chest. Hope you had lunch, because that looks like a burrito.
Yeah, they have to. So mirror. Okay. So mirror means they can do Tower of Hera.
Yes, it does. They can get through Tower of Hera.
And they can check a couple of other locations. They can check graveyard. No, they can't.
Nope, they can't.
There's no.
Oh, they can. They can get through the cave behind the grave, though. Because it does have level 1 rocks in comparison to just bonk rocks, as well as. Wait, no, wait.
No, because they don't have any way to get to the Dark World on that side of the map.
Yeah, that's true. They don't.
So it's basically Tower of Hera only, I think.
Yep, Tower of Hera. No items. Final destination.
Mac is slightly ahead, but it's pretty close right now, and the seed is very linear at this point. There were some divergence early on, but it all led to the same thing. A horrible. I hate the mountain after you defeat Aga. Oh, Dark World Mountain is so much better.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, that's
except
the
for
only.
The lions. Those are annoying, but nonetheless.
Yeah, as long as you have Tempered or Gold, you can just dash them and then. Yeah.
And we're checking Ether.
Oh yeah, of course. That one
usually doesn't have that much of value, but in this case, I happen to be correct. Anyway,
so much value.
I mean, last time we found the fire rod there, and that was the go mode item.
I don't know. Heart piece is better. So we get mirror is very nice here as well, actually.
You are correct. Oh, and there's the hook shot. Oh, there we go. There we go. There is something we've been definitely wanting to see.
Now that is nice because it opens up the rest of the Dark World, but it's still a long way for them to travel, but it's also really nice to find that when you're on the mountain, since you can basically do a lot more on the mountain with it.
And into the basement we go. Hope you got your Mountain Dew and Doritos, because it's going to get comfy in there.
You see how he chooses to take a break? Sometimes he just don't really care about... Oh, no, he's gonna... Oh, very nice. Gets it first try.
Absolutely.
Now, is he far enough up, though? Is he going to get pushed back down when he tries to move? That's the question. I think he's far enough up.
I think he is far enough up. Worst comes to worst, he does have the mirror. However, that does mean he'd have to use the mirror to get out. Oh, he does have the Can of Samaria, which if he can use that, he can angle shot it down.
So we're going to have SuperJoshh going up the mountain as well. And none of these are doing much spin speed, which is disappointing, but it's okay. Boots are still pretty fast. Spin speed usually doesn't save you much time unless you can really consistently do it, though, because when you have
on
the
top
boots,
of that, when you're at the ledge where SuperJoshh is right now, most people will fall, myself included.
I'm not gonna argue that one. Oh, we get a map check. Okay, so Turtle Rock and Skullwoods are pendants.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what I like more. Pendant Turtle Rock.
And both red crystals were in Light World.
Wait a minute. This also means they don't need the fire rod.
Oh, wow. And that means the Pyramid Fairy is soon going to be open. Which they can't do yet, because they need the hammer to get the bomb. Yeah. No, confirmed. They can go the long way around and use the
fire rod not required necessarily for this seed.
That is very rare. No, but yeah, they can actually check the pyramid, but it will take forever because they'll have to go all the way around with hookshot and then use the mirror. because they don't have the hammer. But it's technically possible for them to check Pyramid Fairy after this.
Wow, this seed is very interesting. It went from, haha, this could be a meh, to, oh my goodness, what?
Like, every seed I've seen lately has been like this. Like, I just recently had a seed where the Ice Rod was in the last possible chest in Swamp, and Swamp was not, but Swamp was a pendant. Like, it was just like, so many trolley seeds lately. Oh, very nice, quick Molten fight though.
Absolutely, gotta love that. Also, to reiterate something that was just commented in chat, yes, correct. If pendant bosses are required, then we will need the Fire Rod. Because no matter what, you need at least that to be able to get to Turtle Rock. You need that to be able to access, well, at this point, Ice Palace in general. And, well, I mean, to access more than one room of it. And on top of that, you would need that to access the boss for Skull Woods.
Now, I think it's fairly certain to say that this will not be a pedestal seed. Seeing how item heavy required the pendant dungeons are.
You say that now.
Very few items can be there, let's just put it that way.
Right, that is true. It's very unlikely indeed that it will be.
Because to clear Turtle Rock, you need like almost all of the Go Mode items. And Turtle Rock is required for pedestal, so... But it could, I don't know, maybe technically. I'd have to think for a while to see if that would be possible. So, up, SuperJoshh is gonna travel where Mac has been. He's like the second man on the moon. And, oh, having the beams in this room is quite nice to see what we get here. Just a lot of bomb stuff. Oh, Ice Rod, which is not needed, but it's nice to find.
Well, it is a nice rod. Too bad it's not nice enough to be needed for the seed. Well,
Quake
that
might
we know
be
of.
needed for my... Oh, we're gonna try and bomb jump this? That's the one. That's the good spot. I think you got it.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Fortunately, this is one of the bomb jumps that are very forgiving.
Oh! Don't say that, I always fail it. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no kidding. And simply enough, we hookshot across. We bounce back. And so far, it looks like all we've really grabbed is maybe a shield.
Yeah, and, well, Quake for Mac, but we don't even know
and the hookshot. Sorry, that is both of their...
Yeah, hookshot was kind of important. Especially since Swamp is required.
Yeah, absolutely.
Swamp is one of those dungeons you really want to do when you're in Go mode and not have to full clear.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't fall down, Josh. Okay, he got it.
Ooh, close, but he got it. And 2 spin slashes later, suddenly Trolldorm goes down with very little bit of a fight. We get the last dungeon item, and a crystal has been grabbed. We have 3 crystals en route. Now we're just looking to see where else we're going. It appears at this moment it would be easier to head over to Village of Outcasts.
Yeah. And he may even just take a little dip into Skullwoods. There are some chests there that are fairly easy to check without even having to try and get close to Mothula. Yeah, of course, he doesn't even have the Fire Rod for that, but there are two items there, so we'll see. He has the mirror, so he could do Graveyard Ledge on the way, which is very convenient because it's very rarely do you find a convenient time to check that area.
Very true. And we've seen in the past that it does sometimes have an important item.
Oh, we can also do that other, this one. King's Tomb. Or not? Oh yeah, he doesn't have the myth, so he has to go around, yes. For some reason, that running trick to open this thing quickly always failed to do that. But yeah, Mac wasn't even trying. But it's very quick anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna have Mac finds a heart. Very not very interesting, but again, very nice to get this out of the way. This is something that's a pain to come back to do later. He's doing a map check, seeing what we've all seen. Ice Palace being the green pendant. So if they ever go for a pendant dungeon, Ice is probably the one because it has an extra item there. We're gonna be interesting to see what's in the Graveyard Ledge. It has, in my experience, sometimes been a trolley location containing some important items. And it has a bottle, which they actually kind of need because they haven't They haven't gotten a single bottle yet, which means that they can check Sickid now. SuperJoshh also getting the nice setup for that bomb. I didn't even know you can get that close to the edge without falling off. You do not need the hammer in this instance to check Pyramid Cave, because you can use the mirror because they have defeated Aga. And they can go all the way around to it now, from where they are now. So SuperJoshh is just gonna... Yeah, he checked the island there, which I kind of missed, but I don't think there was anything important there. And then he's gonna do the... Spiral Cave. I can't remember names of things, fortunately, which doesn't make me a good commentator, but I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with the way things are right now. So Mac is gonna jump down and see if he can't find anything in Skullwoods, which is an interesting check. I don't know, I usually like to head straight to Thieves Town area myself, but I think I probably should be doing this a little bit more often. I usually get punished by skipping out on Skullwoods if it's a pendant. And I think like SuperJoshh might be going for the same route, basically the same route now. Yeah, he's gonna start traversing where Mac has been. So he didn't find a key, which sucks. That means you have to go through this room that always has a key, which is a room you really just want to avoid if you can. There's never anything of progression here. But he makes fairly quick work of it, and he's gonna head straight out. And gets a little shortcut to this this chest right here. There's the small key. Alright, so this is one of those instances where you probably should have gone into the main gate and checked that first. Now, will he keep going and check that last chest? Or will he head out? No, he's going to check the last chest. He hasn't, I don't think he found a single item here yet, so this last chest is very likely to have an item. It's going to be Mothula, this chest, and the other chest in like Mothula's basement. I don't know what to call it. But he has the cane, so it's a very quick check. This cane is so helpful for this room. So this one is like a 2/3 of a chance to have an item, I think. So that's quite nice. And it has an item, but it wasn't a very interesting one. Alright, so probably for Mac now is the option to head into... Yeah, he didn't find the big key, I think, so he hasn't checked the big key chest. But yeah, no, he's gonna head into Village Outcast, gonna check those 3 easy locations there, probably going to Thieves Town. He can complete Thieves Town, and it's a crystal. But first, I'm gonna eat my own words, because he's gonna go and check the ledge here. Again, I don't remember the name, but only a single rupee. But again, really nice just to get that out of the way when you're in the area. Because it's it's kind of an off location to check for later. Of course, you can't take anything there unless you have the cape. So it's Sea House, and then it's Chess Game, and then it's either Thieves Town or the Bomb Hut. But it's gonna be both, but I'm not quite sure which order he's gonna do it in yet. Oh, looked like Mac was trying to hover there for a second. Like, you don't need to hover there, it's just ground under you, buddy. So, alright. Oh yeah, it's the bumper cage. Bumper cage. Thank you. Okay, so he gets the powder, which is nice. That means he can check bat. Yeah, he can check bat. You don't need the mitts for that. They're really looking for flippers and hammer. Actually, if they find the flippers on their way around, they can actually pick up mitts right away without need the hammer. Oh, and there we go. Like I said, now that means that Mac can pick up the mitts. It's gonna be a long walk, but he can get there. Oh, is he gonna just go straight for the mitts? I guess he's doing the shovel game now. Why is you don't have the mitts, Matt? Yeah, there we go. He just remembered. All right, so he's going to Thieves Town now. He's a little bit indecisive, but he almost teleported to the right there, and he's just gonna go grab mitts. He's probably gonna check some locations on the way. But yeah, getting the mitts makes it so you don't have to take this long route back to Thieves Town. Oh, no. He's a little indecisive. Yeah, he's going to do the shovel game first. Yes. And then he's going to go the south way, probably get the mitts. I think Mac is the one who knows where the mitts are. So when SuperJoshh comes around, he might actually finish Thieves Town. But it seems that Mac will finish Thieves Town later. Which, he could have just finished Thieves Town when he was here, but when he gets the mitts, that's it's very easy to go back to the Thieves' Town, and he doesn't have to take the long way around anymore. Oh, nice sync on the timer, yeah, indeed. So we're gonna check the Cave 45, as it's popularly called. I guess South Grove Ledge or something. And nothing interesting there either. But we're basically checking everything. So we're gonna have the Stompy now. Gonna be Stompy, Hype Cave, and then probably getting Mets. Can't see. Oh, we can actually also do Pyramid Fairy. Well, once he got Mitts though, when he's out on that island, he can't get back too easily, I think. That's gonna be hard for him to check Pyramid Fairy afterwards. He may do Pyramid Fairy. No, he can't do Pyramid Fairy first because that's gonna put him on the way on the other side. But he's also gonna check this Bombos tablet, which I completely forgot about. Very smart. Yeah, just if you're wondering why I'm solo casting right now, Glenn just had a real life thing happen, and it's probably not gonna take too long. Nothing catastrophic or anything. Just had to step away for a second. He'll be right back. It's called K45 because there's an image list of every single cave and room and everything in the whole game, and that cave is image number 45 on that list, and that's how creative we are with names. Oh yeah, SuperJoshh is checking Sickid. That's something Mac forgot to do. Just 300 rupees that he missed. Mac could also have checked the Mad Batter, but I guess he was saving that for when he gets Mets. That makes sense. Oh, flute! That's nice. That's required because Meyer. That's gonna make traveling a lot easier. Yeah, so Mac really wants the Mitts now to go back to the village to do all the other stuff. You know, he can do the Mad Batter, he can activate the flute, and he can do Thieves' Town. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Matt is the one who knew where the Mitts are because he's playing. Oh no, he's doing Pyramid Fairy instead, which is bad because that's gonna put him in a position where he has to walk all the way around again in order to pick up those Mitts. I think. I don't think he can. No, yeah, because he doesn't have the hammer. Ooh, that is pretty bad.
It is certainly less than convenient, to say the least.
Oh, Fire Rod in Thieves' Town. And welcome back, Glenn.
Hey, thank you.
So I told you about the unfortunate death in your family, which now I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, fortunately, no. Landlord's got a landlord. Anyway, fortunately enough.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what's in Pyramid. I thought Mac knew about the Mitts, but I guess it's SuperJoshh who knew about the Mitts. Oh, Golden Sword is nice though.
Yeah, that is definitely a plus, especially with 5 dungeons left, despite one of them being Thieves' Town. So you know it's still 9 slashes regardless.
Can he? I guess he can use the mirror. Just trying to think. Oh no, yeah, he can swim from here. Ah, he can swim from here. All right, here we go. Never mind, it wasn't that bad. I'm just not used to seeing this part of the map. Yes, okay, this is smart. Yeah, this is smart. Of course, it's just me being retarded. Sorry, guys. I am from Norway, so I have an excuse. All right.
I'll take your word for it? Question mark?
That I am from Norway or that I'm retarded?
I was gonna go with the connection of Norway, but I mean...
Hey, America isn't the only country with dumb people. All right,
I mean, also accurate.
I was gonna say, can he find the God Pixel? And he was like, no, it's not even close. But hey, it's still a pretty quick traverse up this whole way, so I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, fortunately, the Hellway did give a little bit of leniency on that one.
So yeah, Mac is activating the flute first, and he's probably, if he remembers, also gonna check Sickid. Hopefully he remembers. It's only 300 rupees, but it's nice to get out of the way so he doesn't, like, if he's missing progression later and he's like, oh, where can it be? And you know, get all that thing going. Yeah, like
now we have officially seen that the goose has been loose, also known as the duck has been unstuck.
Indeed. You're a poet and you didn't know it.
Oh,
Oh,
no, that
he's
one's been
floating right off. He's floating right. Oh, that was so
and
fast.
we are
I
heading-
didn't even see it.
We are heading immediately into Misery Mire, which could be good or bad depending on how this is going to be played out.
He can't complete it. He has the golden sword. He has red tunic. He should have an easy time here. Well, we don't know if he can go in actually. It needs to be Quake in order to get in.
That is true, and I did not see that, and it looks like Makin didn't either, so he's going to be checking back.
Yeah, and it is Quake.
Oh, and it is
so.
Quake, so we do have it.
Indeed. I was surprised he didn't stay in the village outcast, seeing he hadn't done Thieves Town. But I guess it's one of those dungeons that he knows he always can do. Oh, he messed that one up.
He didn't hit the button in time. Oof.
He done goofed. Yeah, Pet has been dead a while, I think. I don't think there's anything that can be on. Oh yeah, one of the medallions could have been there. That is the only one, really.
In the event that it's needed, though.
Yeah. Also, actually not really, because that means... Well, if Turtle Rock was Quake, and, like, Mire was, like, Ether, then, yeah, maybe. But they would still need one medallion to get into Quake, to Turtle Rock. So, really nice...
Oh, yep,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Really nice... Oh, hammer!
Sorry, the hammer.
I was gonna comment on the great blind fight by Josh here, but that other side of the screen found something important.
You are correct. And that also was a really good blind fight.
Yeah, that...
I
That
do
is
believe
go
this means
mode?
we're technically in go mode.
Holy crap, that's fast.
That is a 1 hour and 6 minute go mode. That is pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah, and that means that all the stuff we talked about him checking, he doesn't have to check any of that. He
Nope.
can just keep... Which is very nice.
So long as we don't need Turtle Rock, and so long as we have the medallion for Turtle Rock, if it is needed.
Now, Josh seems further behind than Mac than he actually is, because he did finish Thieves Town, while Mac has not finished Thieves Town, but he is still slightly behind, just seeing... Also, the fact that Mac knows he's in go mode, that just saves you so much time, because you don't check anything anymore. You don't stop and open any chest, you just go. But this is Randomizer, and things can still happen.
I'm excited to see all the rest of these dungeons put into go mode, because this is an ideal situation. If Makinx gets the big key in this, we can technically call that Godmire, because that means it's already just about completed. All you need to do is get one key to access. And well, in this case, he needs more than one key. He needs the big key along with the small key to be able to access Argus. Sorry, Vitreous. Argus is Swamp Palace.
There are so many names of bosses, and that's the thing, when you actually play the game, I don't remember reading any names of any bosses or any enemies. Those are just things you have to learn from like a Wikia page or something, so yeah.
Yep. And on top of that, half the time you're just like, yeah, that boss with the eyes, you mean all of them?
Yeah, that's like, this game has a fixation for eyes, that's for sure. Now, I was been wondering some things, because when you're to give yourself a name in the beginning of this game, you can only use 4 letters. But the hero's name is Zelda, and that's 5 letters.
I mean, you're right.
So what were they? Maybe maybe Zelda's only 4 letters in Japanese, you know, and they didn't update it.
Maybe it's that in hiragana or katakana. Nonetheless, we are seeing Makinx totally avoid going into the long cutscene room for solid reasons. He does have technically 2 more. Wait, did I just miss the big key?
No, okay, never mind. No,
he did.
No, sorry. Oh,
Just
yes, he did.
Just
The prophet has spoken.
Right. And now we're going to see. Oh, does he not realize he's in go mode?
I'm not allowed to commentate anymore after that Zelda joke. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, this is like, okay, so swamp you don't need the big key.
Oh, we got a bottle. We have a bottle with a bee in it. That might be good against Mothula Kappa. I guess he just wanted to really see what was up with the big chest for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
Oh, we have gold. The flute and hype cave?
Yeah.
Is it actually hype cave this time?
It is. There's nothing else there though, if I remember.
Oh,
correctly,
okay.
But the flute was there.
I just
Oh,
noticed on the tracker that Makinx also actually went in there. Oops.
So yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, we don't almost need any big keys either anymore. Like, Thieves Town, well, you need big key for Thieves Town, but you're guaranteed to find it in one of those 4 first chests. And then Pod, you already have the big key, and Swamp, you don't need the big key. So, yeah, oh, and of course, Ganon's Tower. But that's it. He's really go mode.
Yep, SuperJoshh is also going to be heading off to see the fairy in the pyramid, only to, you know, get a gold sword. Which, again, not bad considering the rest of this is go mode for, you know, as soon as he finds the gold glove and as soon as he finds the hammer.
What an exceptionally linear seed this has been. Like,
Yeah,
they've just been, except for, like, the very early part, they've just been following each other's tracks the whole time. It's been very few, like, oh, where do I go now? Like, I have one place to go, and that's where I go.
That has been surprisingly linear, despite the fact that it still had some roundabout moments.
So sad that, like, silver, I mean, gold sword here is kind of nice with the spins, but when you have silver, it's like nothing beats that, so, yeah. Oh, zero cycle. Very nice.
Gotta love a good zero cycle.
It's not that hard when you have the silvers, but I still mess up zero cycle even with silvers, so I'm impressed regardless. So he's gonna swim out as well, but he doesn't know about the Mets. Oh no, he's checking Hobo. But he could come back and check the island, which is very good for SuperJoshh.
He has yet to check under that bridge, so that would mean he's going to get disappointed by those 20 rupees real quick.
Oh, he's gonna treasure them like it's his only item.
And it looks like we're now going to see the end of Palace of Darkness. So that means we required a double dip Eastern Palace, a double dip Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, on the other hand though, you can go mode Swamp, you can go mode Mire, so you have some pretty good, you know, some bad things, some good things, and yes, SuperJoshh is checking that island, which is really important.
It's about time you check the island, to be honest, considering he could have swam by it earlier. He's going to probably be kicking himself if he hasn't already checked it.
I don't think he would have. Mac did exactly the same strat though, knowing it was there. So unless it was.
Yeah, there's the frustration swipes. He probably didn't check that earlier.
Yeah, I don't think he would have made much difference though, to be honest.
I mean, it would have at least been knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he
also would have meant he could get that with the flippers as well.
Oh, Mac didn't check this chest. Didn't even know that.
Nope.
I guess he kind of calculated and knew it had to be a key.
Yeah, at this point, when it comes to this, it's very much considered the Mullet Mansion because it's very business focused. It's very key focused in the front. And meanwhile, usually all the items are in the back, so they say it's the party in the back. Therefore, it's the Mullet Mansion / Mullet Dungeon.
There are so many metaphors that could be used with party in the back. So the fact that we're going for mullet here is kind of baffling, but I'll take it.
Dr. Bobtastic came up with it. He was probably going for a wacky hairstyle.
Sounds like it. All right, so we're seeing Mac now finishing up. So yeah, so SuperJoshh, if he is going, he is going to go mode.
You are correct. He is just on it and going.
So this is kind of, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of bad for Josh because he's played really well and he's made all the right decisions. It's just that his opponent's also done exactly the same thing and just slightly better. So it's.
I mean, that's how it goes. You really have a case of, especially when you're 2-0 in both cases, you just end up having really solid execution, really solid routing, but one simple different decision is going to make all of the difference. Sometimes if your routing is just slightly less optimal, you're going to be put behind by a dungeon or two.
Now, Mac discovering the pleasures of having a gold sword in that room where you can just slash through those turtles as long as they're face down.
I like to call them turtles. because then I can make the joke, Palace of Darkness has turtles, but there's no turtles in Turtle Rock.
See, there you go. There you go. Yeah, why is it called turtle? I guess Vitreous is kind of a big turtle. I mean Trinix.
I mean, technically, but it's also in the shape of a turtle. The entrance.
That might be it.
Meanwhile, as soon as we made all that conversation, down went King Helmasaur, using the vanilla hammer strats, not holding out the sword, probably just negating the difference of lag from the spark.
Hey, you never know. Vitreous might just be old turtle eyes. We don't know where those eyes are coming from. So I'm standing by Vitreous as a turtle.
But look, we got Bombos. Aren't you happy that we got Bombos? Clearly the only item we needed.
Bombos. Well, actually, I was gonna say Bombos can be useful in the gauntlet, but Ether is actually more useful as it instantly kills the skeletons.
Yeah, that is true.
I always use Ether in that where you have the 3 red skeletons if I have Ether. Because I'm so good with the other items. So we're going to Thieves Town now for Mac. Oh yeah, so this is the time that Josh can make up that he has already finished Thieves Town, and he's also in Go mode now. And he may check fewer chests than Mac did.
Well, he's almost in Go mode. Unless I'm mistaken, he has not checked Checkerboard Cave yet.
Oh, he didn't!
Which means he doesn't have the hammer.
Oh, which means he may check more chests in Mire. Oh crap, that's unfortunate for Josh.
It also means that he has a chance of neglecting Checkerboard Cave in a hope to find it in another dungeon. Why would you do such a thing? Oh, he surely will not do that. No, I highly doubt he will. I highly doubt he will. This far ahead in the tournament with 2 wins, chances are he's going in hoping to find it in a very quick manner outside of this dungeon. He's hoping after this cutscene to find it, and then he'll go, okay, Turtle Rock, and now I'll try this. Or sorry, Checkerboard Cave, and then I'll try this. Yeah. Sorry, that conversation on Turtle Rock got me thinking about the lack of turtles in Turtle Rock.
The amount of time we spent talking about Turtle Rock and the sea that doesn't require it is staggering.
I mean, it does become a key element, because if you have to go into a Go mode or not, it is a very lengthy dungeon.
Indeed. Now, is this even randomized, finding the big key where he did for Mac there?
You know, I'm going to say probably, because we don't have to deal with, Turtle Rock, Swamp Palace, Skull Woods. Swamp Palace is yet to come, or Ice Palace.
Alright, so, SuperJoshh is about to find his big key now, and not knowing this isn't Go mode, he will check the big chest, but so did his opponent, so won't be. Well, that's one place he could have saved a little time, but it's not that much of a difference. So, what is your favorite dungeon to go through?
It used to be Swamp Palace, but then I was just like, eh. So right now, I'm going to say, I'm not too sure. Makinx apparently, in the meantime, though, said, you know what, I don't need that chest, and immediately dashed right out. Smart decision considering Go mode.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Let's see if SuperJoshh is gonna... No, I think he found 2 items. He's not even checking that one chest. So he's checking the exact same number of chests that his opponent. I think I just learned the Ice Palace bomb jump, so I think I'm gonna say that Ice Palace is my favorite right now, just because I'm just loving the fact that I can do it. But except for that, Ice Palace is pretty horrible. Oh, getting the fairy, very nice.
Absolutely, it's a very, very important thing to do when you have the magic powder to be able to apply it towards safeties.
Did he get the God Pixel? Sorry if I missed that.
He did end up getting, if not the God Pixel, very close. He did make very quick work of that hallway.
Very nice. Oh, can you throw it from there? Oh! Yep. Oh, I need to start doing that. That is so...
Yeah, it's mighty convenient.
Yeah, I always slightly misplace it, and then I almost die from all those fireballs. Oh, that's very nice.
It's an easy trick to do is to make sure to figure out where the placement on your screen, the furthest to the left fireball shooter is. I can't remember the name of that off the top of my head. And then just place it a little north and a little west of that placement.
Yeah, As convenient as that might sound, I still might try and go for Josh's strat here.
I mean, yeah, that one's solid as well. Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm seeing, but your strat, like, it is faster. Like, I know any no major glitches runners who wants to be top 10 here will never do what Josh did right there. But it's slightly slower, but seems much more like less random. What's it called? Consistent is the word I'm looking for.
Yes, consistent. That makes sense. Meanwhile, that blind fight was as quick as anything that we've seen from Makinx's side. Fortunately, for the most part, Makinx has not been spaghettiing on any of the bosses.
Getting a 1 cycle on Vitreous there as well for SuperJoshh, which we clearly can see is made out of turtle ice.
Yes, clearly.
So it's Swamp for Mac, and then that's it. Swamp and then Ganon.
Yep.
And the same for SuperJoshh? No, he needs to finish Pop.
Yep, he needs to finish Pod and then Swamp, and then he is also on the same route.
He needs to find the hammer first, though, and I hope you are not right, and that he actually goes check your board now. That was hard to say.
It can be a little bit of a tongue twister if you're not used to it. But indeed, he is going to check out Checkerboard Cave.
Check out.
I was gonna try to make that joke in there somewhere, but I couldn't think of it.
And I tried, and I failed horribly.
It's all good. You still made it.
Oh, he's starting to run before. Oh, it's so nice. I love that. Oh, it looks so good.
You gotta love when they find the hammer. He's probably now relieved he doesn't have to jump into any dungeons that require, you know, a pendant.
Yeah. They have stayed clear of every single.
There we go. There are the rage slashes.
Like he's only one of them was, or maybe both of them just was into Skull Woods just briefly, but that's all there's been for pendant dungeons, if I remember correctly, which is always nice in the scene.
Oh yeah, anytime you can avoid every pendant dungeon, it's a blast. On the other side, anytime that your pendant dungeons are also some of the more frustrating dungeons in the game, that's, you know, you get a little nervous until you find out you don't need to use them, and then you are psyched.
Flippers were in the Village of Outcast, Saber. In the Bumble Hut, I think, or the sea, one of those places. Mac can actually flood the key and still just keep going, so he's so fine.
Yeah, he could technically flood the key because it doesn't have to go to the left side at all.
That's
He
right.
doesn't need the big key for this dungeon. He just needs one more small key. Yep, and there it is. Lo and behold, he's about to say, you know what, bump this mess, I am out.
Indeed. Oh, and it's going to the left. Never seen that before. And that's why. Oh, actually, Josh is going into Swamp before he's finishing up Pop. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it doesn't matter too much which order you do that in, I think.
No, fortunately in this case, either one works. He has all the items required for both.
Indeed. Oh, nice to have the beams there with the sword already.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, he's trying to go for that. I always try and do the same thing as Josh is doing there, and it always fails, and it's always a waste of time, but it looks so good.
It does. You just have to hit it quick enough, and most of the time I don't.
Yeah, same with me. Is he even gonna... No, he's not even gonna check this chest. That's like such a quick
he
chest
doesn't
to check.
need to.
No,
Neither of them need to, really. They can just both make a beeline. They are officially go-moding this dungeon, which, to be fair, is very, very rewarding in itself.
Yeah, indeed. And like, the thing is, like, when you're in go mode, you're usually like, oh, maybe I want to find gold, maybe I want to find silver. Like, no, they have everything. Like, they don't need anything at all.
Yeah, this was definitely a silver platter 1% scene.
Oh, let's see if Mac can go for a fairly quick, what's... Argus is... I just remember Futurama. No, that's the body of Agahnim. That's Agahnim. It's almost Argus. Oh, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I can see that mix up.
The headless body of Agahnim. Aru. Alright, so...
Like the body, head of Argus.
Yes! If we put Agnes on top of... Oh, crap, I'm mixing up the names now.
Oh, look, we got the big key. We can see what the big chest is in Swamp Palace.
Yes, go for it, Mac. I dare you. Yeah, actually, half magic would be somewhat nice, but that's the only
Yeah, half magic would be convenient. Fortunately, they don't have to worry about any dungeon needing an excessive amount of magic. They don't have to worry about Skull Woods. They don't have to worry about Turtle Rock or Ice Palace, because all three of those are the three that you would really want to have magic for if you needed it.
And you don't really need even like the torch glitch because they have silvers. So
yeah, you're right.
Because half magic for torch glitch is kind of nice. There we go. Super speed. Oh yeah.
There we go. We ended up getting the hookshot speed.
For all those 10 pickles they had to move, but hey, it's still worth it.
Totally worth it. Although we did get bodied by 2 cabbages in the process.
Oh, we're starting the Ganon game already. All right, here we go.
Yes, we are. Friends, we have to let you know that we are ascending Ganon's Tower, and inside Ganon's Tower there are 22 item locations in which we may be seeing being opened before finding the big key and continuing up the rest of the tower. What you can do if you'd like is be able to guess between 1 and 22 where you would like to see that chest, or where you rather would think that chest is going to be. Even though it won't count, if you want to be extra sassy, you can also give, in a different line, the location specifically. If you happen to be subscribed, or I believe given 250 bits or $2.50 US in donations, I believe, you are also eligible to be put on the Speed Gaming, I believe it's, in this case, Speed Gaming 5 chart or high score list, if you will.
You know way more about this than I do, so I'm glad you're the one saying this.
On top of that, it will go for the first person it remembers seeing make that guess, so let's see how that works. And at this point, it is now officially time where you cannot make any more guesses.
All right, do you need to type anything to...
Let me... Yep, Michael K already got it for us. Shoutouts to our... I believe that is our tracker, unless I'm horribly mistaken.
Oh, I think that is our tracker indeed.
It is. Shoutouts to our tracker, Michael K.
So Mac is actually going right.
Ooh, right side.
We don't see
like
the fabled right side that has barely been seen by a living mortal. It's like Marco Polo discovering China,
Yeah, quite.
Basically the same.
Totally the exact same thing.
What? Having clips for every topic of conversation. Have I been clipped? Are people clipping me here?
I have no idea.
No, I'm not. I've paid attention to chat, but not that much attention to chat. So, 4 chats coming up, and Big 20, he's happy to see that. Even more money. And some love. And more money.
Oh, just money.
So this is one place SuperJoshh can gain back a little bit of time if he chooses to go left instead, which is quite normal in Ganon's Tower.
It is. However, as we know, that does not make a major amount of difference in time at this point when you have another half of a dungeon to go with a, 20-second long cutscene? Feels like a 5-day long cutscene.
Yeah. I was recently told that the cutscene in Pod is the same length as the one in Mire, but it feels shorter because in Mire you don't see anything happening.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
So we'll see what's in these 4 chests. I don't know the names of any of these rooms, I'm sorry. Maybe some of them, but...
So that's number 6. This is number 7. So if you guessed up to 7, spoiler alert, nope.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to play through like 100% vanilla game, and like not just 100%, like check every single chest just to see what's actually in all of these chests in the game.
This is Vanilla the Compass Room, number 8, and unfortunately, it's not in there as well. Oh, that is 11 and 12. That's right. We went over to the right side first. I apologize, chat. I did end up mistaking that count because I'm so used to seeing the left side first.
That's quite all right. I forgive you, Glenn. Being a merciful Norwegian. So many swag tricks to do in these rooms, though. Is he gonna bonk? Is he gonna use the... Oh, he's gonna bonk.
And now we're going to 13. Oh, it's another small key.
Imagine if it was 13. It would have been bad luck.
Nah, it's only bad luck if it's somehow out of Ganon's tower.
Yes.